So, Tony Sonic, you really think we shouldn't have a new Smash Bros. Game for Switch 2, eh? You know, maybe it's time I start a new series. Though what to talk about? Well, Switch 2 hasn't announced a Switch 2 edition of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so maybe I'll do a fan-made new fighter pass in case it does get announced. This was a pretty cool intro, and to start off, the Switch 2 Fighter Pass is the most requested fighter for Smash Bros.
Were you expecting someone else? Uh-oh.
Bubsy the Bobcat, developed by Accolade, the character that brings in the video game community into vivid feelings of yeah, I expected that to happen. Just hear my thoughts out, and then you can hate the idea. His entry animation will consist of Bubsy gliding and landing on the ground before looking at the camera. His normal attacks will consist of scratching his enemies with his claws. For his smash attack, he'll use the portable holes in the side smash, a flop pounce for his down smash, and a lightning shield attack for his up smash. Bubsy will use his claws to hold his opponents in place. He will pummel by using his other free claw to attack. His side throws will have him throw his opponents into the portable holes, but where it'll take his opponents will be randomized. His up throw will have him pause his opponents with the remote before throwing it with an atom bomb, causing damage. His down throw will have him throw his opponents and then throw a pie which does more damage. This pie would be from the Game Boy port of Bubsy 2. For his standard attack, he will fire projectiles with his Nerf Bazooka, not to be confused with the Nerf Bazooka, from Bubsy 2. The ammo will stagger them at best due to them being balls of yarn, but it will give him opportunities to do more damage. For his side special, he will do his Ultra Pounce attack from Wooly Strikes Back and Paws on Fire. This will make him charge towards his enemy to cause damage to the opponent, followed by him jumping on top of his enemy before landing on the ground. His up special was rather tricky as there aren't a lot of abilities Bubsy has due to his series being limited. As of the time I'm writing this, there's not much to work with. Do I use the jetpack he uses in Wooly Strike Back? Well, no, because that's not an in-game ability. However, after a bit of digging, there are two ideas to work with. I could either use him being slapped by the hand machines from Paws on Fire to use that as his up special, or go on the flying machines from Bubsy 2. I'll go for the glide pads from Bubsy 3D. They can vary from the fans or the hand machines from Paws on Fire. His down special is an obvious choice. He would use his iconic gliding ability from all the games he's in. In midair, he would use the normal glide, but when he's on the ground, his glide would be a quicker pounce followed by him dropping a smart bomb on his opponents before dropping to the ground. For his final smash, it would have Bubsy pounce towards his enemies, pushing them into a portable hole. He then puts on Virtual Reality's helmet and then looks at the camera to say, "What could possibly go wrong?" We then see him thinking and the background changes, much like in the pilot episode. This will teleport his opponents onto a bunch of roller coaster tracks, then Bubsy will jump into his flying machine to destroy the track and his opponents in the process. The screen will disappear after 5 seconds. His alternate costumes are an easy one. His default costume will have him in his iconic white shirt with the red exclamation mark, which we've seen him in most of his games. His first alternate will give him his black Bubsy AC/DC styled shirt from Paws on Fire. His next will give him blue fur and a tan shirt, referencing Bubsy's timid and cowardly sidekick, Arnold the Armadillo. The fourth will have him in brown, and his shirt would be yellow in reference to the genius Dr. Virtual Reality. And his last one will have his fur lavender and blue, with a red shirt in reference to Oblivia, Virgil's assistant and Bubsy's girlfriend. His up taunt will have him turn around and roll his eyes like he does in the title screen in Bubsy 2. His side taunt will have him look at the camera and saying his iconic phrase. His down taunt will have him shine his claws with his fur. The world used will be the green village from Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. And his victory animation will have him holding a giant golden yarn ball while he's on his jetpack from Woolly's Strike Back, while winking at the camera. His second will have him victory dance while it's raining yarn balls in reference to when you beat a level in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. It's great to have the underdog, undercat, emerge victorious. And Bubsy would make a perfect first addition to Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 Edition. Comment below what characters you'd like to see in Smash, and for now, the TV is off.